In this video lecture, we are going to look at the basic syntax of C programming language. Alright, so we've gone a long way into installation, and at this point, I want to introduce you to the basic syntax of C programming language. So this syntax are what will help you to understand the basics of C programming. Why is this important? It's important because you need to know this so that you can be able to write a good code that will make your program to run very well. Alright, so the very first thing we need to know is how can we be able to print out our outputs. So we have printf, and if we run this code, is go ahead and write print hello world. See that? Hello world. That is displayed for us. I'll go ahead and close that. The very first syntax you need to know is, one is that anything that is inside this parentheses must always be enclosed with double quotation mark. So it's always in a string format. But you can use what is called concatenation to be able to join things together. So when we get to concatenation, you're going to know more about that. But at this point, you can be able to write out anything inside this double quotation mark. So I'll go ahead and remove one of these things here. So let's say, for instance, that I have this is AGK, and this is AGK will be printed out for us. And if we go ahead and run this, let's check it out, and you can see that this is AGK. It's printed out for us. Now, what if you want to write multiple lines of program? Let's say, for instance, I'll go ahead and copy this right here. Let me copy this, and I'll paste that here. And this is AGK, and this is, let me remove this here, and this is hello. And let's say the next one is, this is Juliet. So go ahead and run this code and check it out. This is AGK, this is hello. So all these are in one line. Now I want this to come over to the next line. So I'll go ahead and close this. I have to introduce what is called an escape character. So an escape character helps us to move over to the next line. Let's go ahead and impute in escape character right here. Let's say introduce this right inside here. Alright, so I've introduced escape character here, and let's run this code again and check it out. So you can see that this is AGK is in one line, and the next one is this is hello in one line, and the next one this is Juliet in one line. So you can see that both are written very well right now. Alright, so go ahead and close this. So the introduction of escape character, or this means move over to the next line. That is simple. If I go ahead and use /T, you see that it will give a tab. So this is called a tab. Let's go ahead and introduce that. Let's run this code again and check it out. Alright, you can see this is AGK, and a tab is given, and this is hello, a tab is given, and this is Juliet, and that is the last one we have there. Alright, so go ahead and run, close this. The next one is the use of semicolons. So without the introduction of semicolons in your program, you're going to have an error. So this is really going to happen. Let's go ahead and remove any of the semicolons here, and let's run this code and check it out. So you can see that nothing wrong, and you can see here I have a red dot right here. This signifies that there is an error at this line, and you can see that my cursor is blinking right here, showing that an error occurred. What I need to do is I have to find what error is all about. But if you want to do that, I'll drag this up so that I'll show you how to find errors. So coming down here, you can see here user blah blah blah, your computer program and the project you're working on, error expected semicolon before printf, expected semicolon before printf. So you go ahead and look at where the semicolon will be before the printf. So it is just right here. Go ahead and insert a semicolon here and run this code and check it out. Alright, you can see that the code is executed very well, very fine, and there is no problem. Okay, so I'll go ahead and close this. So there are many other things we are going to encounter in the course when we move into the course properly, but at this point we are just after the basic syntax that will help us to understand the major things we need. And the next one again I want to point out before we call this a day is programs in C programming are usually case sensitive. So if you have an uppercase E, it can never be changed to lowercase e. It is uppercase E. Alright, so always bear that in mind. It is case sensitive. So I don't need to bore you with all this at this time because we're moving in depth into seeing this working out fine. And in any way you have any question in this video lecture, please use the question and answer section and I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, and I'm going to see you in the next video lecture.